Centers for Spiritual Living Morristown. My name is Lori Carlson. I am a licensed practitioner here at the center, and I am happy to see all of you here. And for all of those on live stream or who are watching the replay, we are grateful that you are here as well. Please interact with us, use the bubbles, leave comments, like our page, share it, let us know that you're out there. As Reverend Frankie spoke about last week, community is common unity. So come join our unity and be in common unity with all of us by letting us know that you're out there. So this morning, Reverend Frankie is on a little staycation. So I'm happy to be hosting this celebration this morning, and we are very fortunate that we have our Leadership Council President, Michael Mallack, who is going to be speaking to us about history and revolution, which is a little bit about the past, a little bit about what we're doing now, and a little bit about what we hope to do. So I'm really looking forward to that. And then after service, later this afternoon, Michael is leading a workshop on the winter solstice, which I have been looking forward to since he first announced it. So I am definitely going to be there, and I hope that some of you here will stay and join us, because Michael's workshops are always amazing. So the music today was Daniel Nahmad, Here I Am, Not Running. It was supposed to be Grayson Nierenberg, but unfortunately he has mono, so we are holding him in consciousness and sending him healing energy. But we are going to make do with the beautiful music that we have chosen to share with you today. So I would like to start this celebration, as we start all celebrations at the center, with an opening prayer treatment, which is which is our word for affirmative prayer. So this is not a beseeching or a begging kind of prayer. This is an inner knowing of the truth. So I invite you, if you're comfortable, to close your eyes and to hear these words as if they were your own. So going within to that place where I know that spirit resides, I acknowledge that one power, that one presence, that one divine creative mind that is everywhere present, in everyone, everything, every moment. I know that this ultimate source of all that is exists in me, as me, through me, as it does in each one here, as it does in each one listening, as it does in each one. We are each just unique expressions of this one divine energy of love. And we are here having a physical experience to better remember that, and to demonstrate that in all we think, do, and say. And so right here, right now, I accept and affirm for everyone here their greater knowing of this truth, their greater acceptance of their part of community, of their oneness with spirit. I know that everything that is said here today and shared is a growing experience for everyone involved and everyone watching. I trust that divine right order is unfolding in all of our circumstances, and I am grateful to share this joyous experience of celebration with everyone. So with gratitude for this opportunity to speak the word, with gratitude for this beautiful teaching, for everyone who's a part of this community, I am so overwhelmed with the joy of gratitude and the blessings that it brings. And from this place, from this heart, I release this word into an ever-present and loving law that can only say yes, knowing that as I think it, speak it, and do truly believe, so it must be. And I invite you to join me in saying, and so it is. Good morning. So now we do a little namaste practice, which is just a way of welcoming each other. And namaste means the divinity in me sees and recognizes the divinity in you. So I invite you to bring your hands to prayer, position in front of your heart, and to turn to someone and wish them namaste. 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 so looking forward to Michael's talk, but before we do, we are going to have another song by Daniel Naiman called Slow It Down. So I invite you to hear this and just come into the present moment and slow it down so that you're in a good space to receive Michael's beautiful talk. Like yours.
People say the world is always speeding up, that there's hardly even time enough for love, that Mother Nature doesn't get things done the way that humans can, and we must never stand in the way of progress. It's time to slow it down, slow it down, slow it down now. Time to take a breath and slow it down. Time to look around at where we are now, and what we've become, and where we're headed. It's time to slow it down. Time to slow it down. I don't buy what these Google folks are selling, that we should all be living at the speed of light. Seems like all these glowing screens are always yelling to fill my head, but never give me peace of mind. It's time to slow it down, slow it down, slow it down now. Time to take a breath and slow it down. Look around at where we are now, at who we've become, at where we're headed. It's time to slow it down. Slow it down, down, down. Time to slow it down. Slow it down, down, down. Oh, time to slow it down, slow it down, slow it down.
Lovely song. Thank you to Lori and to Grayson, if you're watching, for helping us choose the music for today. Grayson, your music will definitely be in my heart. I'm sure as plenty of people that have heard it would also feel the same way, because it's such beautiful, heartfelt, original stuff that you do, as well as the covers. Just, you feel the passion, and there's just such awesomeness when there's passion in music, right? So anyway, welcome to Center for Spiritual Living. My name is Michael Mallack. I am the Leadership Council Chairperson for Center for Spiritual Living, for anybody watching online that does not know me yet. And welcome everybody that's here today. It's so quiet and peaceful in here already, right? Isn't it? So I'm just really, really happy to be here. Really grateful for the opportunity. Missing Dr. Frankie already. We miss you very much. Hope you're watching, and we're making you proud so far. But she definitely is on a well-deserved vacation, and so we wish you the best on that. Anyway, thank you guys for coming today. Today's topic, as Lori said, is history and revolution. So I'm going to talk about a few ancient spiritual communities, because back in the way back days, these spiritual communities had such beautiful, beautiful gifts to give us. Then I'm going to speak a little bit about the evolution of that, which has been falling apart today, which is kind of where, all of our religious institutions have gotten to a certain point, and then just have all this controversy going on around, and then everybody's having a difficult time overall staying spiritually centered in all of that, you know, and I know that we can all feel that call to that. But there's still that depth of spirituality that was way back when that still needs to be able to come back up. And there's ebb and flows in life all the time, and I feel that we are on that precipice where we're moving in the right direction again, and I think that all of you are a huge part of that. So thank you for that. So that's what I'm going to talk about. And finally, I'm going to speak about where we are going as a spiritual community at Centers for Spiritual Living and what we've been doing and what we can do to continue on that path together. So, firstly, I'm going to slow it down. My energy's all over the place. Lori and I are both super high energy people all the time, so both of us were coming together to put this thing together this morning in like a half hour, and it was like, that's all we needed. We're just like, all right, let's go. Come on, put the music together, get this going, let's do the sound test, do this, do that, do the other thing. So I'm going to try and slow it down so that you guys can follow, and I don't run away on the energy. So anyway, old school, back in the days, there was ashrams, are likely the oldest intentional spiritual communities, founded around 1500 BCE. Most of them were Hindu monasteries or spiritual hermitages separate from the rest of society. And the word ashram was from the Sanskrit root word shrama, which means making an effort towards liberation. So it was about making an effort towards liberation in seclusion away from society. And that's really what I want to focus on for the past when I'm talking about that, because that's really important as part of the talk later. So then perhaps came the Buddhist monasteries after that, which is around 500 BCE, also withdrawn from society, made up of monks and nuns devoted to religious practice. The word monk is derived from the Greek word monos, which means alone. So again, it's about seclusion, it's about separation from society back then. And it was a separation from society for a purpose of bringing that healthy spirituality to the world, right? But then you have Pythagoras that came around 525 BCE, so a little earlier than that, which was a slightly different type of spiritual community. So it was an intellectual vegan commune focused on purifying the body and mind, and that was developed by Pythagoras from everything he learned in Greece, Egypt, and Iraq, and then he brought schools into Italy, southern Italy, at the city of Croton. So that was a different type of spiritual community, not really tied into religious practices, not tied into all of the old ceremonies, but more about the intellect. So there's now thousands of spiritual communities worldwide, right? And we have multiple avenues to access them, whether it be in person or virtually, through books, the internet, and of course the spoken word and the actions we take. And of course you can watch things over and over and over and over again if you didn't get it the first time around. Which back in the days, it was all spoken word, nothing written down, except for emerald tablets and things like that, you know, so that was, it was pretty cool that a lot of that spiritual stuff that goes beyond the spoken word just keeps perpetuating. No matter how much your memory remembers it, there's that deep human spirit that carries through us that just continues to perpetuate anyway, regardless of what was written down back then. So there's a difference though today in what the role of spiritual community is, and the ebb and flow of change has made that inevitable, like I said earlier. So while the most revered spiritual communities of old practiced seclusion and from society, today there's a need for spiritual community to be at the center of society rather than as a place of retreat, like I said as well. That's a need that I myself have dedicated my life to at this point, and even more so recently than in times past, except for 20 years ago when I found this community, and or 25 years ago now. My God, time flies. It's crazy how quick it goes by. But this calling is only getting stronger for me, and I believe that it is for a lot of us out there, where, you know, the material possessions only take us so far, and technology only takes us so far, and then it's like, all right, what did we lose? You know, what are we missing out on? What can we bring stronger into everything that we do, not just in a spiritual ashram somewhere, in a spiritual community somewhere secluded, but what can we do here? So like Pythagoras, who recognized that society had the need for intellectual purification and physical purification. Society continues to evolve, and I choose to remain focused on asking the universe to show me what is coming and what's coming through, and what I can do to contribute to the improvement of life and spiritual evolution alongside of it, and life itself, really. And doing my best to not totally stick in these notes, but bear with me here, guys. Dr. Frankie's been doing this for 30 years. I love her to death for it. So impressive. But I got a lot of notes, so bear with me. So let us relate this to today's topic, history of evolution. We're called today to reach deep within, to hear the wisdom of a holistic health for society, as I said, and to shine it so brightly, to be shining examples of how to live so that others around us are magnetized to our energetic auras. Not necessarily all about that external God and let's all unify around this external God thing. Let's be God so brightly, be God's creation so brightly that it shines to that point where people are like, wow, I have got to go wherever these people go, because it's just, the energy is palpable, it's magnetic, you know? And that's what it's about. It's not about practicing in seclusion and then judging people. You know, it's about practicing so that the people that we might be judging, instead we can help to enlighten them a little bit, help to lighten their burden, help them to be a little easier. Practice on what we can give more so than what we can get, which is what this holiday season is about as well. So, that being said, it's not about being embarrassed by our sinful nature and being in fear of burning in hell when we die for our sins. It's not about what we are going to get after we die at all, in fact. Even though that may be, of course, a question that's always on everybody's mind, what happens when we die? But we don't know until we get there. So what happens in this moment while we're alive? So the call is for spiritual communities to rise up and take care of one another in the here and now, and not in violence and judgment with fists in the air either. Time is now for our brothers and sisters and all of humanity to be able to rise up and look out for one another in daily life, not just on Sundays in heavenly circumstances. And in this community here, Centers for Spiritual Living Morristown, we're very fortunate. So it's like the school of Pythagoras. We have intellectual pursuit as the core of spiritual connection to live by, don't we? But at the same time, we also believe that when you change your thinking, you change your life. So like the monks and nuns, we also know that dedicating our lives to spiritual living is a very worthy ambition, probably the most important in my mind. So from attending our social hour and special events here, such as celebrating 30 years of service from our beloved Reverend Dr. Frankie Timmers, I know that many of us are familiar with eating nutrient-dense, holistically healthy food to support a strong body, and those of us that were here at the celebration, food was absolutely fantastic, wasn't it? There was a lot of really healthy, all-natural foods, so thank you to everybody who contributed to that, and thank you to Jean and Franny and everybody else that helped out, and especially this one right here. Kathy really did a whole lot to keep everything going, really. It was an amazing thing. Amazing experience. But when we attend to things like that and we feel that type of energy that's in the room, like that feeling, if we could carry that feeling into our days and more of that, the world can continue to be a better place. So while fast food, whether that be an actual food-like substance or that spiritual fast food of coming to get a quick hit on Sunday mornings, that help to get many people by in this fast-paced world for a lot of time, where money gets tight, tensions get high as society waxes and wanes, as I talked about earlier as well. I think we can also agree that this method of solving physical and spiritual hunger has also gotten way out of control. And that's even left us with an obesity epidemic and a rise in type 2 diabetes, and of course a decline in religious institution attendance worldwide as well, because everybody's just tired of, if I go here, that's going to fix me. If I buy this, that's going to fix me. If I eat this really quick to satisfy this craving, that's going to fix me and I'll feel better. So we know that doesn't work anymore. So what else can we do to contribute to something better? We've already had a steadily growing spiritual community here, which is continually, feels like it's on the rise right now. I feel like we're getting better and better and stronger here. We already have that, so we're focused on love, inclusion, prayer, meditation, charitable causes such as the Nourish NJ walk that we've done and the Coat Drive, both of which Fran Burns, thanks Franny, helped to set up year after year for us and make sure that we stay focused on that. I love that every time we do those things. That's all true, that we do those things already. But we're filling more and more seats in here and hosting events such as Cat Roman's Sound Bath and later today my Winter Solstice Workshop, which I hope you guys stick around for because the more the merrier. And then we have the Healing Circle that Gail Billywarda does once a month as well. So what else can we do? For starters, we can get more people through the doors, always. Bring as many people here as you possibly can that could help support the message, could help be drawn to the message, or it can just be help themselves. I know I sat many, many times in these chairs in my early years of this place just sobbing. You know, I'm not ashamed of that now. Back then I was kind of ashamed of it. It was like really hard to sit there. I'm like wiping my eyes trying to make sure nobody wasn't watching. But like there was so much of me that needed to change and transform, and I believe there's so many people out there that whether they're afraid of physical touch or they're afraid of crying in public or they're afraid of expressing their emotions because of rejection, like all of those things are spiritual needs, you know, that are so far beyond just dogma and structure. It's more about being able to feel and being able to be present. And that's what we practice here. You know, we open that stuff up, and the more stuff we get like that, the better and better we can be at it. So you can also spread the word online, of course, and share the rebroadcast with anyone who needs to hear a message. We can volunteer our time and our money to help serve this community, and we can help it to burn brightly in a time when the world needs it most. You can take classes, participate in workshops that contribute to your health and well-being and strengthen your spirit, and you can invite others to join as well. And above and beyond that, maybe you have an interest in hosting a workshop, or you have some IT experience, or you have an IT professional that's new and up and coming that needs an exciting project that's willing to come here every Sunday and help us out to get greater and greater videos. You know, we're looking as a spiritual community right now to like create short videos and short snippets and more exciting content online that can be shared and spread around all over the place, not just going through the live stream and, you know, on very limited technology. We want to expand upon that, but we need some help to do that because we, honestly, with the Leadership Council, it's a very small group of people trying to cram in a whole bunch of exciting stuff. But above and beyond that, the Leadership Council has been meeting with Christine Goldthwaite, which we thank you very much, Christine, if you're watching as well, for leadership retreats that are helping us to become better leaders, to be able to become a better team to help lead you guys and to help to lead this community. So other than that, as of last Monday's leadership meeting, we tightened up our mission, vision, and values for, as if you would with a corporation, for the church. Because when you think about Center for Spiritual Living as a whole, if you go to their actual website, the csl.org, they have their mission, vision, and values out there spelled out very clearly. And it's just something it was important to me, and we brought it up, and we all agreed upon it after that Leadership Council meeting, and that's one of the major updates we did. So I just wanted to share those with you, that we're going to be promoting and preaching up here. Not really preaching. It's not about preaching up here. Let's take that word completely out. It's about promoting it and helping to encourage you guys to really hold this in your heart. So just for a moment, I know Lori's going to probably take us through a little peaceful space after this, but just close your eyes for a moment and just kind of listen to these and just feel it for yourself, because it's a really, really good thing that we're proud of right now. So our mission is providing spiritual inspiration to individuals that lifts each one to transform their own lives in ways that create a world that works for everyone. Our vision is transforming lives through the science of mind, philosophy, faith, and way of life. And our values are vibrant community, deep spiritual practice, integrity, gratitude, unity, timeless wisdom, uncompromising compassion, conscious awareness, and spiritual transformation. And those last two are for our ICAP, for our little nod to our education team as well. So it's our hope that through this structure we might continue to affect a change that not only inspires others, but that lifts us up from the inside just as much as we do so in a way that enlightenment is possible through our service to the community and to our center. So that's my hope anyway, and I know that it's my passion to serve humanity as a spiritual guide, and I keep working towards that, and being an entertainer, and who knows how far I can take that. I can get more and more comfortable with the public speaking. I got really comfortable singing, but talking to all you guys, as you can tell, I'm just slowly getting into it. But this community opened that up for me, gave me the opportunity to just jump through it. And it's about breaking through what scares you to work through what loves you. And there's always something there that's calling us to move forward. And it's terrifying sometimes, the way that we live life, the things that we see on our outer experience that have already been created. But the gift is that everything that's here has already been created. There's always more to be created. And we have the ability to create by what we think, by what we believe, by what we put out there into the universe. This community knows that, and the better and better we get at that and spreading the message and building this up, the more beautiful this world will be. So I'm very excited to be a part of this, always have been. I hope you guys enjoyed what I had to say today. Namaste again. Thank you all so much. And stick around later. Lori's going to give us a little bit of an outro here.
Thank you, Michael, for those inspired words, and I love our vision statement and values, and that was really wonderful. So, but now I invite you to bring it a little, to sort of focus, like Michael said, focus on that. So we're going to do a short meditative practice, just to really let all that sink in and absorb it. So I invite you to close your eyes, if you're comfortable doing so, and to bring your awareness to that place within where you are one with Spirit, where you know your inner divinity. And just rest your awareness there for a moment. And now I invite you to imagine that you are living in a monastery, in the Tibetan hills or someplace where you are isolated from society, but you are at peace, doing spiritual practices all day, every day. The discipline of that, the solitude of that, the peace of that. How does that feel to you? I know for me, it's something I always thought would be marvelous until I actually read some books about how disciplined the life is there. It sounds good, but it takes a lot of self-discipline. But just imagine that sense of peace. However, we live in society. Like Michael said, spiritual practice today is about how we affect the world, not about separating ourselves from it. So now I invite you to see yourself in this community, right here, right now. And feel the sense of peace that you get from being a part of this community. Whether you're here in person or watching online, what does being at this celebration and being a part of this community do for you? What kind of peace does it bring into your heart? Is it better than being alone in the mountains? I don't know, but it's much more practical. And this way we get to be of service in a different way. Like Michael spoke about, all the ways that we get to expand this community. So now I invite you to imagine what you can do to help grow this community and, like Michael said, shine your God light brighter. What can you do? See yourself doing it. being it. Maybe it's talking about the center to other people in your life. Maybe it's volunteering while wearing a t-shirt that spreads the message of the center. Maybe it's supporting us in social hour or by financial obligation. Just see what it is for you and envision yourself doing it. See yourself shining that light, being that joy, and really internalize that feeling. And envision that bright light of spirit flowing out from you, out into your community, out into the world, and embrace that. Embrace that light that you are and shine it brighter. And so on the next breath, I invite you to breathe in and say to yourself, I breathe in the light of spirit. And as you exhale, I breathe into the world the light of spirit. So I breathe in the light of spirit, and I breathe out my shining light of spirit into the world. Just stay with that for a few breaths, knowing that you are the light of spirit. It is your purpose to shine that light. And coming here in community allows you, fills you up to better shine it out there in the world. And so when you are ready, I invite you to open your eyes and shine your light. So, from this place of shining your light and feeling one with the community and with joy, it is time for our conscious giving. So I invite you to give from that place of community, from that place of joy, and to give with the absolute abundance that is truly yours. So whether it's text to give, going on the website, hitting the donate button, putting an envelope in the offering basket here, whether it's volunteering for social hour or just participating and bringing people, however you can give. But give knowing that as you give, so you receive. We know the law of circulation is a truth, and it is the truth of our being. So give abundantly, give joyously, and give gratefully, because as you give, so you will receive. And this center is where we receive. So give to this center and support us in doing the good work that Michael talked about. So we have some announcements. Michael referred to some of them in his talk, but I just want to reiterate them. So after the celebration today, we have Michael's workshop on the winter solstice, and it is going to be an amazing experience. I hope some of you can stay. Reverend Frankie has a class coming up that is going to be amazing. It's called Uncovering the 12 Deepest Truths, and it is about Emma Curtis Hopkins, and it is only once a month. So it goes for 12 months, but it's once a month, so it's very doable. And Reverend Frankie is an amazing teacher, and I recommend everyone to take it. I'm probably going to take it myself, and I just finished all my classes, but I'm probably going to take this one because Emma Curtis Hopkins is a great experience. I studied her in Prac 1, and I want to do it with Reverend Frankie, so I'll probably be there. So I hope some of you will join me. On the December 31st, we will be a part of the Worldwide Healing Meditation. This was my introduction to the center, and this is so awesome. At 7 a.m. on December 31st, all around the world, people are meditating for world peace. And so we will be here in person doing it here, but even if you are not in person, set your timer, set your alarm, and at 7 a.m., meditate with us for world peace. People will be doing it all over the world, and millions of people do it. So it's an amazing experience. I've been doing it for many years now, and it is always such a powerful experience. There is a script. I don't see it here now, but they do a certain lead-in reading that's been done every year, and so it's really very powerful. Also, we have Reverend Michelle from Center for Spiritual Living, North Jersey, will be doing a workshop on January 22nd on forgiveness. She has a new book out on forgiveness. That's amazing. I bought it. And she will be here, so I hope some of you will come for that. Gail Belluardo has a healing circle the first Friday of the month. Oh, and Reverend Frankie, we have so much going on at this center. Make sure you check out our website and please come join us. Reverend Frankie is doing an art journaling workshop on Sunday, February 19th. And as many of you know, she does amazing art journals, and she's going to teach us how to do it. So that'll be fun, and I hope you will all come. I think that's about it. Yeah, I think that's it. Oh, one last thing, sorry guys. Year-end special giving. So I asked you to give abundantly and from that place of joy within, but at the end of the year, there's also a special thing called year-end special giving. There's a flyer over here, so I hope some of you will consider supporting us with that. And that's all I've got, and now Michael will be closing us out with a closing prayer treatment, and then we will be ending with These Mountains by Bob Sima. So, thank you, Michael.
Thank you, Lori. Awesome stuff. And yeah, just before I'll close this out with a treatment, and then once I do, I'm going to end the live broadcast and then just play that last song for us to just kind of zone out on that as we exit today. And everybody at home can go check it out online on Spotify or YouTube. You can find the song's called These Mountains. But okay, so let's go into that prayer treatment. As I close my eyes here, right now, in this room, I know that we are all a part of this beautiful, loving, divine presence that gives life to everything and everyone, and movement to the trees, to the winds, to everything that's in our expression. And as I know this, I know right here and right now that each and every one of us is a part of this life that we share together, and that this growth in spiritual community can spread its wings and its vines and its roots through each and everything that is out there in this world. So our thoughts are things, and today we hold those thoughts very, very mindfully on love, on compassion, on inclusion, on life itself continuing for generations to come based on the love and cherishing that we give back with to Mother Nature. So whether or not you show up into this winter solstice workshop today, just know that there is a presence of peace being cast out to connect as the darkness comes to an end and the return of the light comes back for the winter solstice on December 21st. Just allow the spirit of anything that feels dark or depressing or sad to just die down into the ground. Just let that go. Let it be a planted seed to transform right here and right now into something beautiful that you want to see grow in this world, in your community, in your family, and inside your own heart. So just thinking about that, thinking about the year that lies ahead, thinking about all of the things that I'm letting go. I can take a deep breath in gratitude, and I invite you to do the same with me as we release this, letting this go, letting these words and this treatment into the universe, knowing that it can never return to us void, and join me in saying, and so it is.
And so it is.
Thank you, everybody. Everybody at home, have a great day too. Thank you. Take care, guys.